This is an example of an abscess within the kidney, so renal abscess. So this is a section of the kidney, and on low power you can appreciate that there are multiple foci of bluish cellular infiltrate, and in the background it's slightly more pinkish and reddish due to hemorrhage. Okay, so before we go on any further, I just want to orientate you a little bit. Can see that as this is the kidney, so the kidney contains specialized structures such as the glomeruli. Here's one glomerulus, here's another glomerulus, and these are multiple renal tubules. So whenever you see glomeruli, then you are in the renal cortex. And then we move on to other areas within the section. You can see areas such as here, which is composed of almost purely tubules with no glomeruli. So here we are in the medulla. In between the tubules and the glomeruli, you have connective tissue, and you shouldn't have any inflammatory cells or too many inflammatory cells there. But even in this foci, in this focus, you can see that there are multiple inflammatory cells in between the tubules, but they're not that many. But if we go into the areas which appear blue on low power, we can see that these areas are also composed of inflammatory cells, and when you zoom into them, you will see that these cells have multilobated nuclei. Thus they are neutrophils, which is the characteristic cellular infiltrate in acute inflammation. Also, what you can see are these cellular necrotic debris. Sometimes they just appear as this kind of bluish smudgy material, and sometimes you can see them as nuclear debris which have been broken down. So the collection of neutrophils and cellular debris make up a purulent exudate or abscess. Another thing to highlight is that so you can see the normal structure in the background, but where you have this extensive cellular or inflammatory cell infiltrate, you have lost the normal structures and architecture of the kidney. So for example, here you can see that this infiltrate here has replaced the tubules and also the glomeruli. There's some residual tubules and glomeruli in and around there, but many of the normal structures have been lost. So whenever you have an extensive infiltrate like this and damage to the architecture, healing will typically occur by fibrosis. So granulation tissue will form, and you will have fibroblasts coming in and laying down the collagen network, and the kidney will become scarred.